Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah. So we're back again. Did you think? Did you think we'd leave you? Did you think we'd leave you forever? If you thought that, you were wrong. And not only were you wrong, you were dead wrong. What a crazy world we live in. I recently got back from a splendid holiday, and no sooner had my feet hit the ground when I was accosted by endless difficulty. Systems don't work, and these systems rely on technology to work. We have been told that technology is going to save us, but if the people designing it are stupid, that won't happen. In another of my many and varied series, Obsolete, I look at the dystopian future we could be facing if technology and AI don't turn out to be the wonderful elixirs envisaged. In this scene, the very things that exist to make us safe are putting us in danger. Discuss scene and roles. Okay, so what happened was there's no probably about it. I did send this to you. Now you may have chosen not to look at it, but that would be unprofessional and would really kind of lower my view of you as human beings. So, assuming that you have looked at it, let's discuss the scene. Right, so what we have a few roles here. Okay, we've got Caroline Faraday, which I thought was a nice name. Have you met a Caroline Faraday?
Sounds like a film star. Sounds like a film star name.
Yeah.
Caroline Faraday.
I think she'd be good looking
She'd be hot, yeah.
Yeah, like wind blowing through her hair.
in this. Certainly.
Which is,
Yeah.
You'll see.
a big wind.
Big, very, very windy. Now, so we've got Caroline, we've got Alert. She's basically sort of her phone telling her stuff, which we're all getting a bit used to nowadays, aren't we?
Yeah.
And this is a bit in the future, not very in the future, but a bit in the future. So you can imagine it would be worse. And we've got 189 AST, the security robot. Do we have anything else? No, I don't think so. I think we have a runaway Mini, but the runaway Mini isn't. It is being driven by someone, but they don't have any lines. So you've got narration beyond that. So who wants to take on these important individual roles? Caroline. It would be probably a girl. I know that's not always popular nowadays. But
To be a girl.
well, anything I say probably. So Caroline, yeah. Who wants it?
I'll go for it.
Okay, we got Caroline.
Bold.
So, who wants to be Alert and who wants to be 189 AST? I'm going to narrate, so I'm going to steal that one.
I'll take Alert.
Perfect.
189 AST.
AST.
Okay, you did role of a lifetime.
Quite expensive sort of bits that you've created, I'd say, in terms of production. If
Yeah.
it was to be creative.
This scene,
Yeah.
windy.
Yeah, windy.
Yeah, but you can get like fans. You know, if you get like 3
Fans.
fans,
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are sort of
Caroline Faraday
extras to
would
create
blow
the sort of
away.
atmosphere that.
Unless you do green screen.
Yeah.
Green screen.
you
Yeah.
can do amazing things with computers too.
Yeah.
So, because there's men who like go, they don't have to be men, but they go, and like wind, they can make wind.
Yeah, I'd have to. Yeah, special effects
Yeah.
at the end as well.
They'd have to special effects her hair blowing in the wind.
If
Possibly.
That is another level.
you're going to find out, but if you really think about it,
Hmm.
all we really need is a street and a door
Yep.
and a robot and a phone, and then we need wind right at the end.
I mean, you don't necessarily need a robot. You could have a human pretending to be a robot.
Yeah,
Like an android?
cyborg,
Android.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
you
paint him
could.
silver.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be a him.
Or just contact lenses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
like
mechanical-
ice blue.
Ice blue.
Yeah, do you
Yeah.
think? Yeah, a bit like the White Walkers or something.
Oh,
There's
yeah, I like
something
that.
a
I
bit
can see
sinister
it.
like that, you know. So much you can do with it. It's so exciting. So does everyone remember who they are? Because
Yep.
that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Okay,
a
I'm
good
going to
idea.
narrate.
Pick it up.
Caroline Faraday is on her way home. It is the year 2039 and she receives an alert to her phone.
Caroline Faraday, you are advised to seek shelter. Incoming hurricane force winds.
How long do I have?
4 minutes.
That is barely a fair warning. At least I'm almost home.
All of the climate crisis talk in the early 2020s was completely accurate. There are hurricanes in London every 2 days now.
Yes, I know.
Caroline rushes to her apartment building. The way in is blocked by Cyborg 189 AST, a security robot. This is not uncommon.
Caroline Faraday, this is a routine security check to ensure the safety of residents. Please provide your credentials for multi-factor verification.
Okay, go ahead.
State your name.
Caroline Faraday.
Place the third finger of your left hand on the plate.
Okay.
This is your right hand.
Sorry.
State your date of birth.
17th of April, 2015.
April, not recognized.
Shit, 17 for 2015.
Shit, 17, not recognized.
17 for 2015.
State your shoe size.
5.
European sizes.
Fuck, I don't remember.
It's a numerical value.
I know that, but
State it.
fuck. 36?
Fuck 36, not recognized.
36.
Value too high.
36.
That is incorrect.
What now?
You have failed the multi-factor verification. The multi-factor verification exists to keep residents safe.
Listen, there's a bloody hurricane coming.
Weather warning, all residents are asked to remain in their home.
Yes, which includes me. Open the door.
For the safety of our residents, the doors must remain locked to non-residents.
I need to talk to the building manager.
Obsolete.
His name is Barry. I know him. I've lived here for 3 years.
Locating Barry.
Finally.
Barry dead, killed in hurricane 2 minutes ago.
What?
Barry not provided credentials for entry 20 minutes ago.
Let me in, let me in.
Suddenly, 189 AST uses its taser to zap Caroline. She staggers backwards into the road where she is hit and killed by an out-of-control car in the winds, ironically a Mini.
Why ironically a minute?
Nightmare.
It's a small car,
Yeah, it's only a little one.
but even that killed her because it was windy as well.
God.
Chaos.
Minis are bigger than they were though, honestly. I mean, they're much bigger than they were.
Yeah.
When I was a boy, it was like a struggle to get. You got 4 people in a Mini, and these would be teenagers as well, so it'd be like fairly underweight, and it would still be like that. But nowadays they're like
getting bigger.
Massive, yeah.
they're like escorts were. Yeah, I would say that today's Mini is the size of an escort.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know what size an escort is.
Well, it's about the size of a Mini now. Yeah. So
Okay.
do you know how big a Mini is now?
I've not been in a Mini.
And ironically, in 2039, a Mini could be
It'd be really big,
massive.
actually.
It'll be massive.
And actually, if that were true, then that wouldn't be ironic anymore.
No.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think the fact I put ironically means that it probably stayed the same size that they are. But hey, so okay, because this is a round table thing, I suppose I should ask what people thought of that. I mean, how did you feel it went? Were you pleased?
I enjoyed it.
I
was
thought that was
funny.
good.
Yeah,
Fast
that
paced
was
as
good.
well. I like that, you know. You could feel the stakes really just
I
increasing.
think it's quite stressful.
It's
I
quite
think
stressful,
I
yeah.
think like that's where the funny lies in it.
Was meant to be stressful. And Barry not provide. You see, there's little touches. Yeah. When I type this stuff out,
Yeah.
there's little blue dots come under things like, oh, you're not allowed to do that.
Oh, the blue dots.
You're not allowed to do that. You
Yeah.
haven't done anything wrong necessarily, but like grammatically, right?
Yeah.
Barry not provide credentials, and you would read that and you'd go, oh, he's done that wrong. Barry not provide credentials. But the brilliance of that is that 189 AST isn't seeing people for their humanity. Barry is an object.
Yes.
He's an object that has worked there for all these years, and Barry's death doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just a fact.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those things that there's a hurricane, Barry dead, Barry not provide credentials. Barry not provide credentials.
It's saying
simple
Barry
as
like he's a
that.
file
Yeah.
as opposed as a
Yeah.
person. That is a detail that I missed. That's
Yeah.
See, there's
very
levels.
specific.
Yeah, I thought it was a
Clever.
typo.
There's
Very
levels.
clever.
I would say I would liken most of my scripts to a wedding cake, and that is probably depending on whether you think like the real depth of meaning is the lower tiers or the higher tiers. If it's the higher tiers, it's certainly the tier below where the couple stand. Yeah. So if you've got a 4-tier cake, it's 3rd tier.
Okay.
Okay. Where the couple stand, I think, is probably the ironic mini. Now, I like the pace because I was a bit, I don't want to cast aspersions. I was a bit worried that you would do it too slowly, but you didn't do it too slowly. So I'm pleased about that. Because when I'm writing it, I'm going, they're not going to do it quick enough. But they did.
Classic. Yeah.
They.
Yeah,
So, do we want to carry on with the same parts? Does anyone want to have a thrash around with a different role?
Happy to swap round?
Yeah. Should we do a little
Someone else?
swapperoo?
Do a little switch.
Yeah. But don't move, because that confuses.
Probably unnecessary.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you're Caroline.
Cool.
Who are you?
Am I I'll be alert then.
You'd be alert, yes, because otherwise he would have to be who he was.
Yeah.
You're 189 AST. I'm still going to narrate though.
Okay.
Caroline Faraday is on her way home. It is the year 2039 and she receives an alert to her phone.
Caroline Faraday, you are advised to seek shelter. Incoming hurricane force winds.
How long do I have?
4 minutes.
Well, it's barely a fair warning. At least I'm almost home.
All of the climate crisis talk in the early 2020s was completely accurate. There are hurricanes in London every 2 days now.
Yes, I know.
Caroline rushes to her apartment building. The way in is blocked by Cyborg 189 AST, a security robot. This is not uncommon.
Caroline Faraday, this is a routine security check to ensure the safety of the residents. Please provide your credentials for multi-factor verification.
Okay, go ahead.
State your name.
Caroline Faraday.
Place the 3rd finger of your left hand on the plate.
Okay,
That is your right hand.
sorry.
State your date of birth.
17th of April 2015.
April not recognized.
Shit, 17/4/2015.
Shit 17 not recognized.
17/4/2015.
State your shoe size.
5.
European sizes.
Fuck, I don't remember.
It's a numerical value.
I know that, but
Stated.
fuck, 36?
Fuck 36 not recognized.
36.
Value too high.
36.
That is incorrect.
Well, what now?
You have failed the multi-factor verification. The multi-factor verification exists to keep residents safe.
Listen, there's a bloody hurricane coming.
Weather warning. All residents are asked to remain in their homes.
Yes, which includes me. Open the door.
For the safety of our residents, the doors must remain locked to non-residents.
I need to talk to the building manager.
Obsolete.
His name's Barry. I know him. I've lived here for 3 years.
Locating Barry.
Finally.
Barry dead, killed in hurricane 2 minutes ago.
What?
Barry not provide credentials for entry 20 minutes ago.
Let me in. Let me in.
Suddenly, 189 AST uses its taser to zap Caroline. She staggers backwards into the road where she is hit and killed by an out-of-control car in the winds. Ironically, a mini.
Because I'm 5'2" as well, so that is ironic.
That's actually proportionally good, actually. That works.
Yeah, that does work.
It takes the irony out, but yeah.
Shit,
I think if we were going to kill you by any car, that would
It was
work.
like a-
That would be fine.
Limousine.
Another thing, more levels, because I like to take from things that I've heard. This is fairly common amongst most writers. See, they see things and they hear things and they go, I'm going to remember that and maybe I'll write about it one day.
Right.
So
You think that's all right, writers?
there's some that don't do that, I can tell. Now, what was it though? It was the bit where AST 189 AST had already called her Caroline Faraday, and then was like, state your name, Caroline Faraday. And what I based that on was a clip that I once saw from the early 1940s, where heavyweight boxing champion of the world, Joe Louis, was being enlisted in the army for World War II. And for some reason, they filmed him being enlisted, I think as a way to make like ordinary people go, oh, if Joe's doing it, I should do it too, we should go along and make sure that we enlist. And he sat down and the enlisting officer said to him, hello, Joe, what's your name? And then he like read it out, and nobody laughed. There was no sort of sense of, they kind of went through this really kind of staid thing. Oh, we're being filmed and this is an act, but nobody said, well, you know my name. You know my name. She just said it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remembered that, and that really kind of, I thought, I've got to add that one day.
Stayed with
Got
you.
to do
Wrote
that.
that
Really
down,
did.
yeah.
Hello, Joel. What is your name? You know,
Yeah.
it's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, clearly you know who I am, so you do it yourself.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? It's so.
Is
the word
AST short for
pedantic?
something?
No.
Oh.
No,
And
that-
if it was played by a human, that would be quite nice because it would show the sort of the gap between sort of machine and human, because it would be a sort of like quite an obvious robot error thing to do.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, you're finding the level I'm talking about. So the mechanical system of enlisting people in war, although done by humans in the 1940s, was so mechanical it has the same feeling as if a robot were doing it. And that's why we know your name, we need you to state it again because we have to fill the form in the right and it felt like that. And so that's why I chose to do it. Now, I'm pretty happy with how that went. I don't really feel the need to rotate again.
Yeah.
I think Obsolete is really, I mean, we talked about many and varied works that I'm writing. And I'd say at the moment this is nearly my favourite. I don't know how many there are. I think it's about 12 or 13, you know.
Yeah.
But I think this would be in the top 3 or 4. Very good. We've only done it twice, but I think there's a lot of scope, a lot of rope in something set in 2039. I enjoyed the fact that the character was born in 2015, so they would be alive now, but they would be a child, and then when this comes out, they would be an adult.
I like
And
that.
things were happening to
glimpsing
them.
into their future
So
and
it's
their
just, you know,
demise.
They still use phones, which turn you into cyborgs in a lot of ways, don't they?
True.
We're already cyborgs.
And we would be alive, but we would all be very
Be in the care home,
much
yeah.
older. wouldn't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, I don't want to think about how old I'll be in 2039. I mean, I'll be happy. I'll be indoors when there's a hurricane every
Yeah.
2 days. Yeah, because that's what will happen.
Is that safe enough? Is that going to save you?
What, being indoors?
Yeah.
I think it's better than being
Got a better
outside where the
chance.
minis are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's definitely better.
I mean,
You're in
good
a
luck.
sturdy building, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, good luck to the person driving though in a hurricane.
Yeah. And the person in the
Because-
mini.
Yeah.
Person in the mini.
It'd be
Yeah,
quite
nobody
nice if there
thinks
was
like
someone
the
in the
person in the
mini.
mini.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
Swept off
Yeah.
like in
Yeah.
Twister.
could write
Yeah.
another scene for the person in the mini. She could do it like, it'd be like 24. You know, so there's a person in the mini trying to get somewhere and then they crack into someone and...
It'd be good payoff if the part 2 went back 10 minutes, but it started and they were in the mini. Like,
The mini killed Barry 2 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Double death.
Yes.
And completely innocent person. Like they're just horrified all the way through. They killed one person. They're like, oh my god, I've got to get home. I hope that guy's okay. And they hit someone else.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
they're like,
Worst day of
"God's
their lives."
sake, yeah.
It's actually conceivable because there wouldn't be many people on the road for one, and Barry was there 20 minutes earlier and died 2 minutes. So he's in the vicinity.
Yeah.
It's not far away.
Yeah.
It's called Barry, and there's no way that anybody. There's no Barrys have been born since the 70s. I wouldn't have said. So he would be getting on a bit as well. Fairly sort of older guy. You know, got hammered. He was in the vicinity. So it could be the same car. Hadn't thought of that, but hey, you know,
God, there you go.
You live and
So
learn.
many
This is-
possibilities, aren't there?
this is why we do these things, because you know you work through them and you come up with new ideas. You go, well, this is interesting. We could talk about the mini. Obsolete isn't a traditional show, in the sense that it's not kind of a linear thing looking at a character for a long time, because you know you kill them off at any moment, and I like the jeopardy of that. So we may have established Caroline over a few episodes, and then we just kill her, like, oh, she can't get in her building, dead.
Yeah.
And people, it's a bit like Game of Thrones when they killed all those
I was
people.
going to say, no one's
Yeah.
safe. No
Twice
one
I
is
brought
safe.
that up.
Yeah.
It's compelling, and I think it would excite a huge audience.
Meet other characters in the background of other people's lives.
So we've got Double Death Mini Driver,
Yeah.
not the actress, and you could have all kinds of things. I mean, it's tremendously exciting. The other one we did was really, really good as well, but that was a much more mundane situation where people were just trying to buy something in a shop and they couldn't. No hurricanes involved, but even that had a sinister edge, you know. So in a way, I mean, it's clearly something that would have mass appeal, and one that I expect to be taking many meetings and phone calls about, you know, in the near future. So, if you enjoyed that little run around that we did there, then do the thing that they implore you to do, the thing that I'm getting pressure to talk about, don't really care to be honest, where they say, please like my video, you know, please subscribe to my channel. I don't care if you do. What you need to do is actually be truthful. If you liked it, then like it. If you didn't like it, and you're watching this however many minutes in we are, then I think pressing dislike would be sort of like pressing dislike for your own personality. Choice is yours, but that's what I think, and I think deep down you agree with me. Bye!